Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying, "Fly, Eagles, fly," as they get ready to match up with the Tennessee Titans. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. On first down, Hurts. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8 coming up. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 4. Six-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Right there, 54, right?
Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off here, the 32. And the Titans are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now it's 2nd and 9. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd down at 7. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Tennessee.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Melvin Gordon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead.
First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the Titans' 47-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Eagles, nothing.
Second and 11. Here comes Sanders on the toss right. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Hands it off out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 55 rushing yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they try the right side here. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. They do get 6, but they still got some work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
He showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down. Call it a gain of 5, but still a decent ways from the end zone now on 4th and goal. Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Elliott is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 28-yard line.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando. The coach
He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And it's a Titans touchdown. Preston Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Bullet good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 33. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Fights loose. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Play action. It's Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Wilson. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run. It's Sanders. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. Another run with Sanders. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They'll run with Sanders, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want, but I will have to say, I think the #1 thing he does best is tackle.
They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's got some space here. And he's got this down to the 35.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run. This is Scarborough. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Now Kaepernick. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. He's to the 10. Touchdown! Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans have taken the lead.
So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter punch all throughout. And that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back to the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Flushed out right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
They'll run with Sanders. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
60 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Sanders. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
3rd and 6.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Throwing is Hurts.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Back to throw, Kaepernick. And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return, it's King. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that sets up a big 3rd down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
From the gun, it's Hurts. Into the hands of Sanders.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
2nd down and 8.
Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This from long, very long range. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way towards the end zone and give yourself a chance. Your time management sheet tells you with this amount left on the clock, you don't get killed.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take it up. Timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. First throw of overtime for Kaepernick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2.
Second down at 5.
Now Sanders, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Now 3rd and 4.
He's coming. Check in. He runs. Mike 13.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Gordon. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty.
A few better when running the option or an RPO than Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, that's a nice gain right there.
And so much of making that play pay off is the decision-making. You've got to be able to make a read of the defense at a split second, whether you hand it off or keep it yourself. And he made the right decision there, no doubt about it.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
They fake the give. Now Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
2nd and 7.
Kaepernick now to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw, Kaepernick. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So it all comes down here to the right foot of Randy Bullock. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.